Hello, cats and kittens. Hola, Jose Yoroshku. You're back in the crisis corner. This time we're in the creative corner. And I'm back with my man, Dre the Brute, Brutal World Comics. What's up, Jay?
I'm good, Jose, man. It's good to be back on the show. It's been way too long since we've uh, chewed the fat, my friend. This is great.
Hey, look. And I was telling you before we start taping, I'm in a place right now where um, I'd rather light a candle than curse the darkness. There's just a lot of trash out there. There's a lot of stuff out there that I'm pretty much not even doing American comics too much except for independence. And I'm gonna use the platform to highlight the independence that I like, the independence that I find, and I'm starting off with you. Oh,
And I am honored that I'm back on the recycle trail. I'm fired up.
not even a problem, man. So we get back to Dre and Treble, the rhythm within. You know, what I would categorize as a superhero genre comic,
Yeah.
either a young adult to teen, somewhere in there.
Yeah, in that whole demographic, in the primaries,
Yeah,
the 18 to 39
right,
in that
right.
group, and absolutely.
Okay, so we're gonna do a reintroduction here. Tell me, first of all, where does Treble take place?
So it takes place in our hometown of Washington, D.C.
Thank you.
And pretty much we are following our protagonist, Zamir Green, who's just
Mhm,
finished the 11th grade, and
mhm.
he's fired up to DJ his first party for the summer. But of course, there's always nefarious dealings at work, and
Always.
there is individuals that have poisoned the water supply on 295 water treatment plant. It's been poisoned with a mutagen, and
Mhm,
this mutagen has affected the cells of people with O negative blood
mhm,
and is giving those individuals abilities. Now, why O negative blood, you may ask, dear viewer? After
mhm.
doing extensive research on my beloved city, I wanted to pick a blood type that was rare, but not too rare in our town, so we can be able to create a legit rogues gallery without things getting completely out of control, and to be able to focus on the story without having to wonder who gets powers and who doesn't. So it's
Mm.
easily sprinkled up in there. So as our hero gets in contact with this virus, which has been dubbed the chills, his body begins to mutate, and he begins to absorb sound waves, and he begins to get a different superpower based on the genre of music that he listens to. So this is an action adventure musical. There's original song lyrics that I've written for this, and even on my Indiegogo campaign, there is, and I'm very, very proud of this, we are doing a small sample soundtrack for one of the tiers,
Mm.
so that will go along with this book. I'm very, very excited. We're actually working on it as we speak, and I'm super excited to bring this soundtrack to everybody, and hopefully sometime down the line do a full album. But for the time being, it'd be a soundtrack that's going to cover the abilities that are featured in his. Because you can't have a musical without music. What are we doing? So
Mm.
it's gonna be featured. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be really cool. It's going to be a callback to a lot of things from yesteryear, from those of a different generation that used to like reading the Uncanny X-Men, or those that like reading Static, or those that like reading, heck, Amazing, all the way up to Ultimate Spider-Man, even though I know a lot of people don't like Ultimate Spider-Man, but nonetheless, there is still some good to be pulled from it. Um,
Mm.
it's a love letter to the coming of age story and the hero's journey. It's old school storytelling at its finest, pretty much. Old school
Nice.
storytelling at its finest. No crazy ideology or agenda here and there. No, just good old fashioned sitting there telling a story about a character we can get behind, a villain that we want to see lose, and a really, really good twist that's really going to shake things up for you. Most
O-
definitely.
Okay, now you hit on a point, a major point that I wanted to get to. Who's the villain and what's the goal
All
of
right,
the
now that's
villain?
my favorite thing in the world are villains. So the primary antagonist is Dr. Jason Mathers. Now, Dr. Jason Mathers is a mad scientist, old school villain style, and he is on a quest, his own personal quest, to create the perfect soldiers. And in this quest, he has made it his business to test this mutagen on Washington, D.C. But however, there's something that happens when Zamir Green gets infected that starts to make him think. And throughout the story arc, he still is pursuing this idea that hits his mind. And he never saw it coming on how it affected not only his plans, but the plans for the future. So we got our typical, pretty much pretty much old school mad scientist villain. Not deep, not complicated to follow or understand, but for those that come from that generation of just having a mad scientist playing God, it comes off really well. And there's a twist for his story as well near the end that's actually quite interesting too. And I
Okay.
think again it'll put a lot of things in perspective.
Now that's cool because a lot of people are missing on their villains. That's I'm not even gonna get into the Marvels and stuff like that. Well, whatever, because I did the review on that, man. But
Oh, I saw your review.
you
Oh, I saw
gotta
your review.
you gotta give me something. You know what I'm saying? Give me something.
Jose,
So
they didn't give you nothing. They gave you less than nothing. That is what
sad.
they-
So I'm pleased with that. That's good. So that's good for people to know. You got a legit villain that you can get behind, that you can, grow with. All right.
yeah.
Who is Treble for? Who would you say
So
is for?
So Treble is for anybody that is fans of action, adventure, genre in general. Like if you're into X-Men, if you're into Spider-Man, if you're into, I wouldn't say Batman, I wouldn't really go in there, but like a Flash comic, if you're in like Flash, you're gonna love this as well. Even if you're into manga, you actually be into this. The art style is American anime S
Mhm.
style for the art. I did that intentionally. Shout out to Federico. Got much love for that man. I wanted that art style in particular because not only does the manga art style pop in certain ways that are so exaggerated that we're all used to just seeing, it comes off in a way that is, how can I put this? You can always put yourself in the shoes of the protagonist when it comes to anime and manga.
Mhm.
Not that my character is a complete blank slate, but he's relatable enough and he has enough of that anime-esque charm for you to be like, oh, I want to be like him, or I would like to cosplay as him. Like it
Yeah,
has
that's
that type
important.
of, yeah, it has that type of feel to it. So yeah, so if you're into manga, if you're into X-Men, Static, if you're into any of those type of comic lines, you're gonna really enjoy this book.
Okay. Now, and another question is: are we currently on a good jumping on point? Because I know you're up to 9 right now, right?
So eight
Eight.
is, so this entire trade paperback is the arc of 8 issues.
Oh,
So
eight.
it's all
Eight.
8 issues. So, and I'm glad you mentioned that, Jose. I am actually in the midst of writing. Actually, I finished writing 9 and 10. I've actually finished writing those.
Okay.
But that's going to be in a completely separate arc, which I have announced in previous shows. So I'm definitely going to announce it here. The next arc is going to be entitled Treble Rise of the Children. CHIL.
Ah,
Yeah. Yeah.
I like how you did that.
Yeah. So that's gonna be the next arc. That's gonna be the direct continuation of this series. And to put it as simply as I can, Trouble the Rhythm Within is my A New Hope. To be
Mm-hmm.
as simple as I can. We get to
Okay.
know our characters, they experience some adversity, and then they find a way to overcome. Rise of the Children is going to be my Empire Strikes Back.
Okay.
This is going to be my art, my hero, and other characters at their lowest point, things are going to go south, and they're going to go south really, really aggressively. Like I've actually had to stop writing on a couple of times to not cry while I'm writing.
What? Make yourself cry.
Yeah, like I'm writing the thing. I'm sitting there like, don't do this. And I'm like, oh, good God. Like I've had to go through a couple of rewrites of it already because some of it got too dark too quick. And I said, I gotta reel this back. I gotta reel this back. Okay. Yeah. So this is gonna be definitely Empire Strikes Back, and it's gonna really tug on the heartstrings, this one. But the current arc is our New Hope. We get to know our main characters. We get to see what the struggle is. We get to look into the psyche of these individuals. We get to see the our protagonists learn and grow and change and achieve. And when he finally wins, it's so chef's kiss that it pays off so immensely, because like throughout any hero's journey, we have to have growth. We have to have,
absolutely.
If you're awesome already, what's the point? Like we have to have growth. We got to see you grow. We want to attach because we're learning as you're learning. Okay. And that's very, very important. And this story covers a lot of the hero's journey, which really excites me, and how things come full circle. At the end, it's gonna be really something. It's gonna be something to behold.
Outstanding.
Yeah, it's like pretty much issue 1 mirrors issue 8. It's really something. It's something that I thought was really special, and I really, really liked it.
So if you want to get in, this is a great place to get in.
Absolutely.
8 issues in the can and on Indiegogo. So tell us about your Indiegogo campaign.
Absolutely. So my Indiegogo campaign, traditionally, in a lot of ways, folks in our independent sphere sometimes are still writing, or they're still doing art, or still things while the Indiegogo or Kickstarter is going on. Good people, you ain't got to worry about. No, I got to say it right. Cats and kittens.
Now you cooking.
You ain't got to worry about that. This graphic novel is set and ready to go. It's ready to go. So only thing that this Indiegogo is about is prints, because prints ain't cheap, baby. Not for one solitary second. So the Indiegogo is about funding the prints primarily. And once those prints are done, then we can use a portion of it just to continue our work going forward. But primarily the Indiegogo is for prints. But this joint covers a lot of stuff. So if you're into digital, I have a digital tier for you. If you're into print, I have a print tier. If you like them signed, I have a signed tier. If you're digital but also want the music pack, I have a tier for that as well. If you like the physical and want the music pack, I got something for that. And the grand finale, the magnum opus, is you'll get them. My final tier is you'll get it all digital, the bookmarks, the signed copy, and you'll get the music pack, and you'll get to come on my YouTube show and be able to share your thoughts with me on what you liked, what made you, what you want to see more of, or something else that you'd like to see going forward. So it's a lot of great stuff in this Indiegogo that can appeal to a lot of folks. So I'm fired up. I'm fired up to just bring it.
And that's another thing I always wanted to give you props for. You grew your channel big time.
Oh,
I was there from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? And it just blew up, man. And it ain't one luck, nothing. That's hard work.
Yeah, it's a lot of hard work.
And you blew that channel up, so props on that.
Oh man, thank you. But the algorithm be kicking me in the teeth. Make no mistake about it. One day I'm getting 200, 300, 400 views, and then 20. I'm like, oh, like algorithm. Have you no mercy? Have you no mercy? But that's the name of the game.
That's the game.
Yeah, but that's what I want to do. Like for those that are whatever you're into, whatever tier you're into, I have something for you. So I'm really excited about it. And I'm really glad to be able to bring it to everybody. I'm fired up.
Okay, everybody. So like I say, don't curse the darkness, light a candle, man. If you fed up with this current state of affairs in entertainment, especially in the comic genre, get on something positive. Get on something that you can grow with. This is ground floor. You can get in here on the ground floor and grow with the series. And I encourage you to check out the Indiegogo campaign. I'm going to put a link to that and your social media in the descriptions.
Perfect.
And encourage everybody to take a part. Anything else you want to plug?
Yeah, as Jose just mentioned, follow me on all my social media. Primarily, I'm on Twitter at DaBrute00. It's right there on my little face right there. At DaBrute00 on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Let's make life simple. It's easier that way. And check out my YouTube channel, Brutal Planet Comics, on YouTube. I'll definitely love to hear what your thoughts are on everything. Like, comment, subscribe, do all those great YouTube things. And I'd love to hear from you all. And check out my Indiegogo. I would love to have your support.
Excellent. Heard it here first. Get in on it. Treble, the rhythm within is well worth your while. So that's it from the Crisis Corner, from the Creative Corner. Next time we're going to get a hold of another one of the creatives that I've really taken an interest in, and we'll bring their story to you. So until then, stay loose.